From the WeatherWatcher studio, here's a special weather forecast.
Good evening, Rutgers. I'm WeatherWatcher Connor Woodcock here with your evening forecast for Friday, December 12th, 2025. Right now here in New Brunswick, we have some clear skies, temperature 27 degrees. It feels like 26 degrees with humidity at 27% and some cold winds going into tonight. Your headlines, as you might know, we do have a winter storm that will be impacting New Jersey as we get into the weekend, primarily Saturday night into Sunday morning. We will probably have some morning impacts that snow will be sticking to pavement as well as just the ground in general. We will be very cold going into Sunday, so I'm not really expecting any accumulation problems. So if you're going to be driving out maybe 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. on Sunday, just keep in mind for that. And then after the snow, we kind of have some frigid air coming in, and then at the beginning of next week, and then as we get towards the late next week, we have some mild and more warmer temperatures, but we do have some pretty frigid cold temperatures after the snow is all said and done. For your current temperatures across South Jersey, we're 30 degrees at most spots, a cold spot of 29 in Toms River. A little bit colder here in North Jersey with temperatures in the high 20s with cold spots of 23 in Hackettstown and Lafayette. We do have a bunch of winter weather advisories for pretty much the entire state except for North Jersey. The only reason why North Jersey doesn't have these winter weather advisories is because the criteria is a little different in these areas. They need higher snowfall for winter weather advisories, but pretty much the entire state is going to be seeing some sort of snowfall, just varying amounts depending on where you are, which I'll get into in just a little bit. Another thing to keep in mind after this is that cold temperatures that I was alluding to a little bit ago. So these cold temperatures are already impacting much of the central U.S. with cold weather advisories stretching off into Tennessee from Minnesota. And this cold air will be moving into the East Coast as that snow kind of departs to our northeast. So looking at the current radar, the system that will be delivering us some snow is kind of situated off into Western Canada and Montana, which is delivering more than a foot of snow in areas of eastern Montana and the Dakotas, and that'll start to track its way a little bit southeast as it gets into the mid-Atlantic and eventually into New Jersey. So timing it out here in New Jersey, looking at Saturday, we're going to be mostly cloudy for most of the day. A high maybe in the upper 30s to low 40s for most of the state. And then one of the things that kind of complicates this is that as we get into Saturday night, maybe around 7 to 8 p.m., some areas might be starting off with some rain, which might limit some of the snowfall totals. But as we get into late Saturday night into very early Sunday morning, this quickly changes to all snow. And there could be some some areas of locally high snowfall rates as we get into the very early morning hours of Sunday into maybe around 5 to 7 a.m. on Sunday morning. As we get into maybe 7:30 or 8 a.m., some of the snow showers should be moving off to our east, but I wouldn't rule out maybe a spotty snow shower, maybe around 8 to 9 a.m. But just keep that in mind as you get to, if you're traveling out on Sunday morning, that there might be some snow still lingering and definitely some slick spots as that snow will be accumulating, like I said beforehand. So at this said, all said and done, your kind of jackpot zone for snow is going to be South Jersey going into areas of Long Island. So areas like near Philadelphia, Gloucester, Camden, Burlington counties, and then up into Monmouth, you could expect 3 to 5 inches of snow. And then areas to the north and south of that, 2 to 3. And then far south Cape May and far northwestern portions of New Jersey can expect anywhere from a trace to 1 inch. Another thing that I was talking about is that frigid air that's coming in. So as we get into Sunday morning, we're having temperatures that feel like 24 degrees in most of the state, and you expect the low temperature to be around the morning hours. But on Sunday, we expect the temperature to drop as the afternoon comes about, where we can see a wind chill of 16 degrees here in New Brunswick as it gets to 3 o'clock. Low teens in most of the state, especially in the northwest and portions of Philadelphia. So some cold temperatures to accompany that, and that's going to be dropping down to the single digits in some areas as we get into Sunday evening. So for your 7-day forecast, like I said, we have some PM rain and some snow depending on where you are with a high of 42. Mostly cloudy for most of the day on Saturday. And on Sunday, we do have that snow beginning the day on Sunday with a high of 31. That's going to be during the morning. But then we're going to be transitioning to more of mostly cloudy and maybe some lingering snow showers as you get into the afternoon. but some pretty frigid temperatures. And on Monday, we're mostly sunny with a high of 30. And then on Tuesday, we're a high of 33 with mostly sunny skies. And I promised you that there'd be more mild temperatures as we get into the later week for the work week next week, with a high of 42 on Wednesday, a high of 51 on Thursday, and then a high of 45 on Friday. I'm Weather Watcher Connor Woodcock. Have a great night, Rutgers.